Sorry. Hey guys. Hope y'all had a great day. I'm Morgan McGee, I'm your Superstar Director. Thank you for hopping on. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and leave a replay in the comments so that I know who is watching later. We'll give everybody a minute or so to hop on live and we will get started. Hey Jess. Jess, shout out to Jess. She just joined this month and she has already hit Shooting Star certified and is close to Sensational Start level 1. So you go girl. Hey Jennifer. Hey Shauna. Actually have a good bit of notes. This was just something that was on my mind today. Usually for Wax Boss Wednesday, that's how it is. I don't have things planned. I just like that day, whatever's on my mind is what I talk to y'all about. So, hey Olivia. Let me kind of readjust. I rearranged my living room, so my setup is a little bit different. I'm trying to figure out how I want to be, because I have to be comfortable. Hey Christy. So I think that this is good. Y'all can't hear the TV, can you? Okay, good deal. I always try to, sorry, I swapped y'all away. I always try to make sure it's low enough, but I have to have it on because I don't know, I just can't sit in like dead silence for some reason. So as always, everybody tell me something good about your day. Hey Jessica. I like to do that while we're waiting for everyone to get on live. Just hear about what good things happen for y'all today. My good thing is that my husband came home and surprised me. So that was awesome. He's been gone for like almost 2 weeks, well, like a week and a half. And that wasn't, normally he's only gone for like 5 days at a time. So that was really nice. He popped in today and I never knew he was coming, so it's always good. Jennifer, you finally opened your whiff box. So Jennifer was getting my whiff boxes every month. She is Scentsy obsessed, and then she decided to join, which was very smart for her because she buys so much. I'm so glad you liked it. I loved putting together that unicorn box. It was fun. Hey Ashley. Jess bought a house today. That's awesome. Congratulations. Shauna, currently having a Facebook party that is about to do great. A lot of people asking questions and wanting to order. Great feeling. Yay! It's always so good when you have good interaction in your Facebook parties. It's awesome. Who else has got something good to tell me about your day before we get started? Be sure to say hello if you're just hopping on. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Sorry, I know I keep adjusting this. Christy, that is so funny. She said she went to the post office without kids. Mini vacay. That's too funny. Yeah, you know you're a mom when you get excited about things like that. It's the little things. All right, so we're gonna talk tonight about making your business a priority. If you are in this for the long haul and you are working this as a business and not just as a hobby, or just not just for the discount and not just for a little bit of extra income, if you are in this for the long haul and you want Scentsy to do big things for your life, we're going to talk about why you should be making your business a priority, how you can make it a priority, and yeah. So let me scroll up really quick, see what I missed. Yeah, there's not like a set time that they hold their scent, but they do hold their scent a long time. And really it just depends on the buddy clip, because some scents are stronger than others, but a really long time. There's a buddy clip that I've had up in our attic and in storage. I just got it down the other day, but it was in storage for a long time. We've probably had it 3 years. Yeah. It still smells really good and really strong, actually. So even after being in the heat and everything, so I thought that was impressive. So the first thing I want to ask you, and not ask you, you don't have to comment the answer, but the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, why are you doing this? Why are you doing Scentsy? Why you're currently doing Scentsy may not be the same reason you joined Scentsy. I joined Scentsy for the discount. Now the reason I'm doing Scentsy is definitely not that. Obviously that's part of it, but clearly it has done life-changing things for us, and it is going to always continue to. And so my reason for what I'm doing is totally different than what it used to be. And I'm sitting in dead silence again, and I cannot stand it. So I want you to ask yourself why you're doing this, and I want you to write it down. Don't just write down that you are, make it specific. Make sure that, you're not just writing down oh yeah, I'm doing this for extra income. Don't write that. Write something very specific and something that will give you butterflies and happiness in your heart when you write it down and you read it, because you're going to be looking at this every single day. So you have to write down why you're doing this and look at it every day, and look at it during those times that you feel like giving up or you're having a hard time or you're feeling stuck. Look at that reason why you're doing this. And my advice is to hang it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. Hang it in your office if you have a desk. Hang it in your bathroom, stick it on a sticky note on your bathroom mirror, or write it in your planner, in a place where you're going to see it every day, just somewhere where you can see it every day. That's my biggest advice. Because you're going to have hard times. You're going to have times where you want to give up. You're going to have times where things aren't going your way. That's life. That's always going to be something that you deal with, whether it's in your personal life or your business. But you have to figure out how to get past that. And this is a good way to look at that reason why you're doing this, reflect back on your purpose, and snap back to it, and just get going again. So if you're doing this for your kids, you're doing this for, maybe you want to retire your husband, you have to dream big. Maybe you want to buy your dream home because of Scentsy. Maybe you want to buy your dream car because of Scentsy. Maybe you want to pay your mortgage, or, I don't know what your purpose is. I don't know what your why is, and if you want to share it, please do. That would be awesome. But write it down, make it specific. You need to know exactly the dollar amount you need to be making every month, the exact dollar amount that is your dream paycheck as well. We're going to talk about that in a minute, long-term versus short-term goals. but you need to know specifics, specific amounts of PRV you need to be selling, specific numbers of team members you need to be sponsoring every month. You know, it has to be very specific. So write down why you're doing this, and that's the first thing. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is goals. So, hey Karen, thank you for hopping on. Hey Kimberly. So, long-term goals versus short-term goals. Oh, dang it, I was gonna show y'all. Actually, I may have this saved to my computer. I wanna show y'all my dream board. So, long-term goals, you have to have long-term goals, and I'm gonna be looking over this way for a second because I'm on my computer, so just ignore that. But you have to have long-term goals and short-term goals. And the reason is because if you just have one big long-term goal, you are going to get discouraged along the way. If you know, all you're thinking about is, y'all, my TV, what the heck is going on with my TV? Like, I just want this to stay on. Okay, let's do this. Sorry, y'all. But if you only have a long-term goal, you're going to get discouraged along the way because you're not going to be celebrating small accomplishments along the way. So like if you're going for superstar director, but you're not concentrating on those promotions it takes to get there, for example, then you're not going to get excited when you do hit those promotions. You know, like you're going to hit that promotion and you're going to be like, well, I still have 6 titles left before I get to superstar director. Like, no, you have to celebrate those small accomplishments, and those are big accomplishments, but they're small accomplishments compared to that huge goal that you're trying to work toward. Let's see here. Magnificent Superstars. I just want to post my, actually no, I'm not going to post it. Yeah, let me post it. Can I post it? I can't do that right now because it's a picture. I just wanted to pull up my dream board so I could share it with y'all, because I want to encourage you to make a dream board for your long-term goals. So think about where you want Scentsy to take you and your family, and these are going to be your big, scary, intimidating dreams. So you're going to put those on your dream board, and you're going to cross them off as you make them happen. So I don't know if y'all will be able to see this because it's on my computer, but I'll post it in here when I'm done, and it's probably backwards, isn't it? If it is, let me just, here, I'm just gonna flip it around. I always forget how to do this. There we go. All right, so this is my dream board. Hopefully y'all can see it. So I just put together a collage on Canva. You could do it on your phone, on any app, you know, however you want to do it. You could do it on like a poster board, like it could be a physical dream board. But for me, mine is just like this. So it's just a collage of things that I dream of Scentsy doing for me and my family in the long run. Hey Felicia, hey Tara. Tara, did I already tell you hey? Okay, so my dream board says at the top, never stop dreaming. One of the things on my dream board is to visit Atlantis. I will tell you this computer right here was not on my dream board, but it was a dream of mine to own a MacBook. And I also want a Mac computer, an iMac. But my first thing that I wanted to get was this, and I wanted to pay cash for it, and that was like a big dream of mine, and I made that happen, so that was awesome. But it says never stop dreaming, and then I put on here visit Atlantis, because that is one thing that's on me and Derek's bucket list. We both want to we really want to go there. Earn Marco Island for 2, so that is more of a short-term goal, so you can put your short-term things on there too. I always update this like every time an incentive trip comes out, because I always put that current incentive trip on there, and sometimes I like to just make tweaks along the way, because of course your your dreams are going to change. Your life is going to change. You might have kids. You know, if you don't have kids now, you might have kids and then things completely change. You just never know. So also on here I have be present, because we just want to be present in Carson's life. And I'm making that happen, thank God. And Derek's working toward making that happen as well. So we're working hard to get to that. The next one on here is 6 figures, which I'm getting close to, and it's very exciting. This quote on here that I put, it says, I want to inspire people. I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. I also have build our dream home with a huge farmhouse kitchen. I have visit the silos on here. So if any of you are Fixer Upper fans, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's gonna happen next year at Scentsy Family Reunion, because it's in Austin, Texas, which is only an hour and a half from the silos. So we're going there. So that'll be checked off. My next dream, I had my 4Runner. I wanted a brand new 4Runner, limited, you know, fully loaded. I wanted that. I got it. I checked it off. Of course, now I'm ridiculous, so I already have, so I had 2 dream vehicles, and that was one of them. So I've crossed off one of them, and then next I have another dream vehicle. I want a Range Rover, so which I've always wanted a Range Rover, but then I've always wanted a 4Runner too. So it was like I wanted both. So now I just have another car to work toward, even though I already have my dream vehicle. 1,000 teamies. So 1,000 people in our group is my one of my goals on my dream board, and then to swim with great white sharks, because apparently I want to flirt with death. I love great whites. I'm fascinated by them, love them, and I've always wanted to cage dive with them. So that's on my dream board as well. So things like that are what you can put on your dream board. Short-term goals and long-term goals, but dream big, and don't be afraid to dream big, because I will tell you that this business can literally make anything happen in your life that you want it to make happen. It's just a matter of how hard you want to work, how bad you want it, and how desperate you are for change in your life. That's all it comes down to. Because you control your success. Nobody else controls your success. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people tell you, that you can't do it, that you're stupid, that, oh my gosh, like me. I have a dental hygienist license. And what am I doing? I'm slinging wax. Like, I'm never going back to work in the dental field. Never have intentions of doing that. I don't want to do that. It's not what I want for my life. I want to be here. I want to be present with my son. I want to raise him myself. I want to watch him grow and learn. I want to be my own boss. I want to take vacations when I want to take vacations. I want to see my husband when I want to see my husband. I want to be flexible enough to see him when he is home, because he's gone a lot right now. You know, can't do those things when you're working as a dental hygienist. I want to make more money than I made as a dental hygienist. I want to control my paychecks. I want to control my bonuses. I want to I don't want to do that. Never want to work for somebody else again. There's nothing like being your own boss, I swear. And some people are fine with not being their own boss, and that's fine. But Scentsy can help you get to other places in your life if you don't want to do this as a full-time job, which, by the way, is not a full-time job. I worked my business for like an hour today, but I got so much done, and I'm going to talk to you about that too. But after you have your dream board made and you have those long-term goals made, you're going to have to make short-term goals to get there. So you're going to want to set SMART goals. And SMART goals, it's an acronym, SMART. It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time specific. There's a SMART goals section in your performance tab, I think is what it is, in the workstation, and it has a place for you to put your SMART goals. And but of course you want to write these down too. And you're going to change these goals every single month. You're going to have a PRV goal, a sponsoring goal, and, well, you're going to start with your dollar amount goal. How much money do you need to make that month? And from there, you're going to go to, okay, how much PRV do I need to sell to get that? Okay, well, what does that mean? How many parties is that I have to do to get to that PRV to make that amount? So that's how specific it needs to be. You have to have a breakdown of things you're going to do to get to that specific goal. Then you're gonna have your sponsoring goals. So, okay, I wanna welcome 2 new teamies this month. So how many conversations is that? That's 20 conversations because I need to multiply it by 10. So that's 5 conversations per week. So I need to be talking to at least 1 new person per day about the business opportunity. So that's how you do that. That way it keeps it from being overwhelming. You're breaking things down into daily or weekly goals instead of just having this big monthly goal that you're like, oh my gosh, how am I ever gonna sell 2,000 PRV? But if you break that down to 500 a week, much more doable. Y'all, Lily just scared the ever-loving crap out of me. Did y'all just see that look of fear on my face? That was so scary, y'all. That was scary. Okay. I literally just thought somebody was coming from up from the back of my house, and there's nobody here besides Carson. He's in bed and Lily's up here. So she was like dreaming, and you know how dogs like run in their sleep. She was like kicking her kennel, and it sounded like somebody was coming through this baby gate right here. Whew. I think my heart's like racing right now. Okay. Let me get my crap back together. Okay. So your goals need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be attainable. So they need to be realistic. Well, same thing with realistic. They need to be realistic, but not... You need to challenge yourself, but you don't need to underestimate yourself. So... And then time specific. So like I said, it has to have a time limit on it. When do you need to do this by? And that kind of thing. So that's short-term goals. So what I want you to think about is think about where you are right now in your life. And this is something you need to think about when you have those hard times where you feel like giving up, or you're feeling like you're discouraged, or feeling like you're stuck, is think about where you're at in your life right now, and are you happy with that? If you were to stay where you are forever, maybe you are living paycheck to paycheck and you don't have that little bit of extra money you want to have to do extra things with your kids. Or maybe you are working at a job you don't enjoy. Or maybe you have a dream to open a, I can't even think of anything right. Like for us, we have a dream to start a house flipping business one day. And so maybe you have a dream like that, and Scentsy needs to be the avenue that gets you there. So anyway, think about your life right now versus how you dream of your life being. And when you think about that, are you okay with staying where you are right now, or do you want more? Do you want those things that you dream about? Because if you do, you have the opportunity right here to make all of that happen. So think about that. So what do you envision your life looking like? How bad do you want your life to look like that? And how desperate are you for change? You have to be desperate for change. You have to be so desperate to make things happen that when something happens, somebody tells you no, or somebody shoots you down, or somebody makes fun of you for what you're doing and says that it's not an actual job. Yes, it has been said to me multiple times. Or somebody tells you that, this is a joke, or whatever it is. You have to be so desperate for change that you're just like, really? Like, I'm not gonna listen to that. I'm gonna prove them wrong. And if you're booking parties and they say no, you have to learn to say, okay, well, that's completely fine. You're gonna hear no a lot, way more than you're gonna hear yes. But it takes hearing all those no's to finally get to a yes. So you have to stay on track, you have to stay focused, and you have to have this why written down and in your head and ingrained in your head so that you always remember it when you are going through these times of discouragement and things like that. So work your business into your life. No matter how busy you are, you have time for Scentsy. It's just a matter of prioritizing and doing things that are going to make you money. I work my business like at maximum probably 10 hours a week, and it's my full-time job, and I make more money with Scentsy than I did as a dental hygienist. And it's just amazing to me that we have an opportunity like this. So you can work your business in 10 to 30 minutes a day if you do it right. If you're doing income producing activities like customer follow-up, booking conversations, sponsoring conversations, adding new people to your list of contacts, so building relationships with the new people, meeting people when you're out, asking for referrals, just growing your list of contacts any way you can. If you're doing those income producing things, you know, parties, of course, not just the having the conversations, but the actual parties, of course, is an income producing activity. If you're doing those things, that is going to grow your business. It's going to make you money no matter how long you're spending on it. As long as you're being consistent and you're doing something every single day that is income producing. So you can do 40 follow-ups in 10 minutes using the Maven app. If you're not using that app, you have to get that app. It's a lifesaver, and it's going to make you money. It's going to help with your building your relationships with your customers. It's going to help with people reordering from you and sticking with you as their consultant. That app is a godsend. It takes me no time to do follow-up, and it's personalized, so it's personal to them. And y'all, that app is just so good. I just I can't say enough about it. But if you're doing things like that, then you can effectively build your business by working 10 to 30 minutes a day. So if that's all the time you have right now, then do that. But you have to work it into your life, or you're never going to get to where you want to be. So it's a matter of making time. If you have to get up earlier, or if you have to make follow-up calls on your way to and from work, or talk to people about the business opportunity on the phone to and from work, or work your business during your lunch break, or whatever you have to do. If you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you're a new mom. I used to work my business while I was breastfeeding. So I would do like follow-ups and stuff on my phone while he was eating because I couldn't do anything else. So why wouldn't I use that time to do something income producing? You just have to really focus and figure out how you're gonna do it and make it a priority. That's what this whole thing's about. So yeah, life happens. Things happen that are gonna be hard. Everyone goes through hard times. Everyone goes through change, and you have to really be disciplined and make your business a priority when you're going through changes in life. You have to change the way you're doing things depending on your situation. You have to be willing to learn, and you just have to be open to change. So I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. But what I wrote down was, when hard things happen in life, just think about these things. So if something happened, you wouldn't just quit your job if something happened. You wouldn't just quit being a mom when you have hard days, times get tough. You wouldn't just quit being a mom. You wouldn't just give up on your marriage if you're having a tough time with your marriage. So what was the other one I wrote down? You can't just not show up to work if you're not having a good day. If you just don't feel like going to work, you can't just not show up. So don't treat your business any differently. Luckily, when you are full-time Scentsy, you do have the flexibility to not work that day if you don't want to work that day. But you can't just not show up. You have to do something for your business every single day and be consistent. So your business has to be a priority. You have to put it at the top of your list when you are, for example, going through a move or going through a job change, or something has happened medically with you or a family member. I'm just trying to think of different things. You cannot, if you really want your business to grow and flourish and take you big places and make your dreams happen for your family, you have to put it at the top of your priorities when things are happening in your life that are changes and, you know, things that are taking away time from you. You have to put your business at the top. Because, I mean, obviously your family comes before your business. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying you have to make your business a priority. If you're moving, you can't say, oh, I haven't had time to work my business because I've been moving. No, I have moved 4 times in the last 3 years. And every single time, guess what my first focus was as soon as I got here? Okay, I've got to figure out how I'm going to grow my business in this area. What do I need to do? I need to jump on the yard sale sites and start promoting my business. I need to see if we have a neighborhood Facebook page so I can start promoting my business. I need to make sure my decal is on my car so I can be promoting my business as I'm driving around. I need to be branding myself every time I go out, wear a Scentsy shirt, or, you know, take samples with me everywhere I go and hand them out so I can meet new people. Those are the things you have to do. You can't just say, I've been moving, so I haven't had time. You have time. It's just a matter, is your business a priority? There's a quote, what is it? Well, it's basically what I just said. The quote is, when you're saying you don't have time for something, try rephrasing that and saying it's just not a priority and see how that feels. So I've heard that a million times and it's so true. And so many things in life are that way. It's just like when you're working out or trying to eat healthy or, you know, change your eating lifestyle. It's always an excuse to not do it. It's always, I don't have time, or that's too hard. No, really, it's just not a priority. You don't want it bad enough. That's all it comes down to. So you have to want your business. You have to want these things to happen, because if you're just working your business with no dreams, then why are you even doing it? You're just wasting your time. So know why you're doing it. What I did, okay, so let me tell, well, hang on. Oh, and making time, I'll go back to that in a second. Making time for trainings like this. So yay to all of you that hop on these trainings every Wednesday. And for those of you who are in the Dash to Director group that hop on the trainings on Thursdays. For those of you who hop on the training calls on Tuesdays that Scentsy provides for y'all. The lives that Scentsy provides, y'all, this company is so generous and you have access to so many trainings. Not just our trainings that we do for you, but Scentsy's trainings, corporate trainings. So if y'all are hopping on all of those and you're making the time to do this, then yay for you, because that's amazing. You prioritized your time. You put this as a top priority for the day. You might have put off something else to be on this training tonight. That's what you have to do sometimes. You have to make sacrifices sometimes, and you have to be dedicated and be on these trainings and show up to events, Scentsy Family Reunion, World Tour. Make those a priority. They need to be something that you're saving up for. You have a whole year to save up for these things. So it has to be something that is at the top of your list. It's no different than if you were at, like for me, when I used to have yearly continuing ed conventions we had to go to for when I was in the dental field. That was something I had to do. It was required for work. It was a business trip. It was something I had to do in order to grow. And that is what Scentsy Family Reunion is. It's something you have to do in order to grow in your business. And it has to be a priority. It can't just be I'll go to reunion if I can, or I'll go if I can afford it. You have a whole year to save up. You can afford it. You can do it. You have to make this investment for your business. It should just be a given. It should just be in your plans to be there. Unless you're like me last year and I had a newborn that was literally a week and a half old. Obviously that wasn't an option for me. That's a completely different situation. But there really should be no reason why you can't go. And I mean, and something like if you are working and they won't let you off, something like that, obviously. But make it a priority, y'all. It's so important. I cannot tell you enough. If you've never been to a reunion, if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I cannot explain it. It's something you can't put in words. It's something you have to experience. And you just have to trust all of us leaders and all of us team members that have been. Just trust us and go. I promise you. And make sure you're putting your income producing activities at the top of your list. So you need to have like a top 3 that you're gonna do each day, and you need to have them numbered in priority. Which one's the most important? Which one's gonna make you the most money? Don't be doing things that aren't gonna make you money, that aren't important, before you do the things that will make you money. Don't put okay, so something like for me, I've been needing to label my fall and winter catalogs, and I've been needing to stamp all of my fall and winter product lists, and I've been needing to make up my fall and winter, my September pouch parties. But I made sure, I also needed to do customer follow-up. I needed to, what was some other income producing things I needed to do? That was the main thing though. So I made sure that follow-up was knocked out before I got those catalogs and stuff labeled. That's what I'm talking about. And make sure you allow yourself time to rest. Do not overdo it with your business. Do not make your business something that is taking over other aspects of your life. It has to be a balance. You have to have set hours, and if you can't have like whatever 8 to 3 business hours, and by the way, you should not be working your business that long. If you are, you're doing something way wrong. But that's like, that can be your window of when you're answering messages and things like that. But if you can't have a set time like that because you have a job, then you need to have certain time frames that you work your business, that your customers know you'll be available during that time, that your family, you need to discuss this with your family and make sure you're spending time with your family, that you're present with your family, but then you are working your business into your life. You shouldn't be working your life around your business, if that makes sense. So, if you're working your business too much and you're letting it take over, that leads to burnout, and you can get tired of it easily, and it can cause your husband to hate your business, and it can cause so many problems. So make sure you're doing it right. Make sure you have a healthy balance, and rest. Allow yourself to rest. Hey, Bethany. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody. But I wanted to talk to y'all. That's it. That's all I have for y'all tonight, I think. Does anybody have any questions? If y'all have any questions, go ahead and work on typing them. And I'm just going to tell y'all like a little bit about my backstory of like all of our moves, the changes that I've had to make in my business, and all that, for those of you who don't know our entire journey. So when I started my business, I lived in Colorado. My husband was stationed in Colorado Springs at Fort Carson, hence the reason our son's name is Carson. But he was in the Army. I started my business while he was in the Army. I was also a dental hygienist, and I was also doing another side business at the time because I was like going through not a midlife crisis, but I was going through a crisis, like trying to figure out what I wanted to do on the side as my side hustle. So I went through like making cakes as a side thing, and I went through making like wreaths, and then I went through making like hand painted quotes on canvases and wood signs and stuff like that, until I found Scentsy. And I ended up closing my Etsy shop when I found Scentsy, because I knew that Scentsy was what I was passionate about and what I wanted to do. So I was a hygienist. I was also working that other thing, and I was helping my husband with his trucking company that he had just recently started. Then when he got out of the Army, we moved back to Alabama. He started his trucking company. Well, he already had his trucking company, but he started actually driving because he was out of the Army. So me and the dogs went on the road with him. Sometimes we were gone for a month at a time, and I was working my business on the road. I could have easily said, you know what, I'm just gonna quit because I can't work this while we're driving across the country all the time. We didn't stay in hotel rooms. We slept in his truck and showered at truck stops. Like, we weren't like staying in a hotel and all that stuff. It was not nice, but I wanted to be with him, so I went with him. We took the dogs, and that was our life at that time. So I was doing Facebook parties going down the road, and I remember one time completely losing service, and it like ruined my Facebook party. And then after that, we moved again. And in this house, I had a struggle of no internet for a month. And not only that, but we were out in the sticks, as we call it in Alabama, and there was absolutely no service. I literally had to sit in the window in the kitchen on the counter to work my business, and only had my phone because we didn't have internet. It took them a month to hook up our internet because the town we lived in was so small. There was only one company that could set up your internet, and they took that long to come set it up. So, worked my business in the window in my kitchen for a month. Then we moved again, and life was actually going to be pretty normal. And then I got pregnant. So once I had Carson, had to completely change my business. It went from being at the top of my priorities to being second on my list because I had to put Carson first. But that didn't mean I needed to quit or give up because I didn't have time. It meant I had to reevaluate what I was doing, change the way I was doing things, figure out how I was gonna redo my schedule, and figure out what I needed to eliminate that was not necessary, that I was doing that just I needed to completely take out, and had to reevaluate everything. And so that, I've changed a lot in my business over the years to get to where I am today, but I did not even once think about giving up because of something that happened. I immediately, if I moved or a big change happened or something, that I had less time to work my business, I didn't just say, oh, well, darn, I have to give up. No, that did not ever once cross my mind. I'm going to push through any situation, any hard situation that comes my way, any obstacle that comes my way, I'm going to push through it, and you have to do that too if this is important to you. Jess said, how do you go about asking for referrals? I have pretty much exhausted my immediate group. Okay, referrals is just going to be one thing that's going to help you grow your business. Parties are going to be the main thing that help you grow your business because when you're booking parties, you're meeting new people at every single party. Then those people are booking parties, then that's a whole new network of people for all of them. Then they book parties, and your business just keeps going and going and going, and that's how it works. Referrals, you can just literally ask. There's a lot of different things you can do for referrals. You need to have some kind of referral program that your customers know about. I have on my thank you cards, they're back there, so I don't want to go get them, but I posted a picture of them the other day. But I have on my thank you cards, it says, anytime you send a friend my way, you get a prize or something like that. So make sure your customers know about your referral program. Like, I just send them a scent circle when their referral orders. When they place their first order, I just send them a black raspberry vanilla scent circle usually because it says you're very special, and I just think that's super cute. And I'll just say thank you for referring a friend. You are awesome, or whatever. Hang this in your car as a reminder of how awesome you are, something like that. So just literally, ask them for referrals. Do you know anyone who would absolutely love Scentsy? And like, if you're asking somebody to book a party and they say no, always follow that up with, do you know somebody who would like to get free Scentsy? Or if you're talking to somebody about joining and they say no, then you can say, well, do you know anybody that is in need of some extra income, or, just something to do, like maybe a stay-at-home mom who just needs something to do? Always ask for things like that. Ask for referrals every chance you get. and treat your customers amazing to the point where they, you stand out to them and they would refer you to their friends in a heartbeat because you know your stuff, you take care of them, you go out of your way to put little tiny touches on their orders and make them cute. You send them handwritten thank you cards, you check on them if something is going on in their life, and you tell them happy birthday on their birthday. You genuinely care about them. Those things are going to get you referrals because you're going to stand apart from other consultants. You can ask people to tag. This is huge. When they get their order in, make sure they're tagging you in a picture of it. You can offer an incentive for that if you want to. But when they get their order in, make sure they're posting a picture of it and tagging it and, being like, I love my new diffuser or whatever it is. Look how gorgeous it is. Make sure you check out Jess for all of your Scentsy needs, and they tag you in it. And then their friends will see that and they'll be like, wow, I need that. So like word of mouth is huge. And if they're seeing, that their friend ordered something, they're gonna be a lot more likely to want to order it too because they trust that friend where they don't even know you, but they see that their friend ordered it, so they want it too. So them tagging you is huge. Every time someone tags me, I almost always get an order from it, a new customer from it. I'm trying to think how else. Referrals. Anybody else have any tips for getting referrals? Because I know there's more ideas. I just can't think of everything right now. What's a decent amount of parties? I'm also having a hard time getting bookings, but I honestly haven't posted about parties, just spoken one-on-one to a few people. One-on-one's your best bet for sure. But you need to be talking to lots of people and make sure your wording is good. I never call it a party because for some reason parties and direct sales have kind of a bad rap with some people. They feel like it has to be a traditional home party where you come over and they have to clean their house and they have to make food and all that stuff. So I never call it a party. I call it a 30-minute live with their friends, and it's an online girls' night for a Facebook party. Or if it's a home party, you can call it like a girls' night, and they're literally sniffing Scentsy and drinking wine. With basket parties, you can just say, hey, do you have some friends that you think would love Scentsy as much as you do? If you do, I'll send you some catalogs, some testers. You can share them with them, and then you're gonna get free stuff. Like literally make it that casual and simple and make it sound super easy for them and make it sound like it is so awesome because they're gonna get free stuff, but they have to put in very little effort. That's kind of the trick to getting more people to book parties. And your wording is so important. So if you need help with your wording, you can text me, that, and I can help you. But if you're saying it like that, and you're making it all about them, making it simple, making it super casual, you'll probably be a lot more likely to get some parties booked. The number of parties is just going to depend on your PRV goal, because if you want to reach 2,000 PRV, then you're going to need to plan your amount of parties around how many you need to get to that amount. But you always want to go by the minimum party amount just in case, the 200, because then if it turns into a $500 party, that's awesome. But if it only hits the minimum, then at least you're prepared for that. And always front load your calendar. So book as many parties as you can in the first 2 weeks of the month. That way if somebody cancels or reschedules, or you have a flop, a party that does nothing, then you have time to make up for it in the last 2 weeks of the month. Yeah, see, that's awesome. So your friends have posted on your Facebook and it helped you get a new customer today. See, that's great. Your business is growing. It just doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't, you don't just get an influx of people constantly. It slowly grows, but the thing you have to keep in mind is every new customer is a whole new network. It's not just a customer, it's someone that knows a whole new network of people. So you got to figure out how to get to those people. Olivia said, I posted everyone that refers a friend that orders gets entered into a drawing. So we can't post about getting entered into a drawing because it's out of compliance. But what you can do is you can do the drawing. It's just you can't like post it on social media publicly, but you can message everyone and tell them that they will go into a drawing, and then you can do the drawing like what I do. Since we can't do the drawing on Facebook, is I will put all the people that were entered into a group message, and I will video me doing the drawing, and I will send that out to them in a group message, and then that way it's personal. But that's a really good one. Yeah, everyone refers a friend gets entered into a drawing. Just make sure that you don't post that on social media. And the Scentsy standards go over things like that. So if you haven't checked those out, they are in the workstation. Anyone else have any questions? What time is it? Never fails. I always stay on here almost an hour. I just talk and talk and talk. Give me some hearts if you got some value out of this tonight. If you needed to hear this, if it helped you in any way, give me some hearts. I just feel like sometimes we put our business on the back burner, and it should never be put on the back burner. I know people who, most people who promote to superstar director or, just director or above are not solely just working their Scentsy business. They're moms, they are dads, they are working full-time or working multiple jobs, or they're students and working a job, or they are nurses working 60 hours a week, or most of the people aren't just like stay at home, have nothing to do, no kids. That's not the way it is. Those people that promote to these titles are busy, very, very busy, but they're working their business into their life and doing it the right way. They're doing the income producing activities, and they're not giving up, and they are driven and motivated to make their dreams come true. And yeah. How long do I keep basket parties out? Usually 2 weeks at the very most. Usually I try for a week. That's ideal for me, but 2 weeks at the very most. A week, to me, in my opinion, everybody does it different, but in my opinion, a week is long enough, and it is definitely long enough for people to be waiting for their order to be placed. I feel like 2 weeks is such a long time to wait on your order to even be placed, and then you have to wait on your order to get there. Karen, you don't know how to send hearts. So when you're commenting down here, if you swipe over left, I think it's left, there's like little reactions. So you have like a thumbs up and a crying laughing face and a heart. So when I say give me hearts, that's what I mean. Is there a video or picture of a sample basket party? Oh, there's tons of videos on basket parties in the training center. And YouTube. I mean, people do them so many different ways. You can do like an actual basket, or you can do like a bag. Some people do like a clear tote bag. Some people use like insulated lunch boxes or like the lunch totes. I have a couple of those. Some people use pencil pouches, like the dollar ones, and do a pouch party with like mini testers. There's so many different ways to do them. So yeah, you can find videos on that in the training center, in the training center and YouTube. And there, if you search basket parties or basket party on our team page, like at the top in the search bar, you'll find posts, I'm sure. But there's also a photo album in our team page that is just, I'm pretty sure there's a photo album in our team page that is just solely basket party ideas. I know I have an album for like event setups. I'm gonna look, that's why I'm looking over here. No, I did not click that. What are you doing? So if y'all have not checked out the photo albums in our team page, there's a world of info in there. I tried to chock it full of stuff as much as I could. So I'll go over that really quick. If y'all haven't checked out the photo albums of our team page, we have an album specifically for 2019 incentive trip info. It has trackers, it has the FAQs, it has, there's an incentive trip plan ideas. So depending on your rank or your title, where you're at in your business, there's ideas to help you get started on your trip plan. But if you're gonna earn that trip, you need to have that done, like yesterday. Because we're already almost a month into it. Then there's an album from our 31 Ways to Grow Your Business challenge, where we did a daily challenge each day. That album, that 31 Ways to Grow Your Business album is gold. That is something that's gonna give you a daily task for your business that you need to be doing that is actually going to make it grow. Things that are income producing, and it's things that you need to be consistently doing. So once you do those things with that challenge, it will give you ideas on things. Okay, I need to be doing these things every single month. Then we have an album for, I always put albums for like any trips that we go on, like World Tour, Scentsy Family Reunion, my home office trip when I went to home office. Yes, there is a basket on the go party ideas album. So there's pictures of ideas, there's Facebook Live party setup ideas. There's one called Consultant Info, and that has things like the compensation plan. It has a couple of like different compliance rules flyers. It has little trackers that come in handy. It has shipping charts. There's another album that is called New Customer Info, and it's things that you can save to send to your new customers. There's some party game ideas in here. There's thank you templates. There's event display ideas. There's awards information, so it goes over the annual awards. It goes over like Shooting Star, all that stuff. There is an album called 50 Ways to Get 200 PRVs. So if you're struggling with being like in a slump and you don't know where to go next to grow your business more, that's a good album. Or if you are struggling with staying active, do not go active this month. Please, 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 please. If you are on the will cancel list, do not cancel this month, y'all, because September is about to be the biggest month in Scentsy history. Like, I know it will be because of Disney, and it's just, I mean, fall and winter is a huge catalog anyway, so every September it's huge, but throw in Disney, y'all, next month it's gonna be huge. If any of you have already posted and talked to people about like the Harvest collection and the new catalog and the Disney stuff, you probably already have tons of pre-orders, and I know I do. So yeah, it's gonna be a huge month, and everybody wants to party in the fall. So yeah, there's party games ideas, there is fundraising stuff. So photo albums of our team page is a big resource. All right, guys, well, my throat is hurting, and I'm sure y'all are tired of hearing me tonight, so I hope y'all got some value out of this. I love y'all so much. Thank you for hopping on here with me tonight, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.